Just because Wanda Maximoff has returned from the dead doesn't mean the X-Men and Avengers don't need to unite to solve her murder. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of X-Men Trial of Magneto issue number 3 and find out together, shall we? So then, carrying on from the previous issue's surprise ending, Wanda Maximoff just kind of waltzes into everyone fighting about who possibly may have killed her. And if you're like me reading the book, you're probably miles ahead of everyone else. Obviously, this is a younger version of Wanda that's returned thanks to an older backup within Cerebro. We might have figured this out, but I swear it takes the X-Men and Avengers like half the book to put this together. First off, things seem suspicious when Wanda thinks that her and Vision are still an item, even though they haven't been for a bit. Scarlet Witch having seemingly forgotten the entire Tom King run on Vision, which, hey, I'd like to forget a lot of Tom King runs, but that's not one of them. Also, Iron Man and Captain America, instead of addressing Scarlet Witch directly, just kind of talk around her about her lost memories and what this could possibly mean, which, you know, is a bad idea for someone whose powers are tied to their emotions and who is shown to be able to do some amazing reality-altering stuff. Also, just because a version of Wanda is back doesn't mean Magneto is off the hook yet for her murder. After all, he spent the previous issue fighting the heroes and essentially admitting to the crime. North Star especially wants to put the boots to old Eric after he took his husband hostage at the end of the previous issue, which, you know, he swears was because he was human and not because he was gay. Things take a turn for the sad when Wanda doesn't even recognize her two children. And because Jean and Rachel just can't bring themselves to see Speed and Wiccan so sad, what with everything they've been through so far, they decide they're just going to get this Wanda up to speed on everything that's happened to her psychically. Which, I don't know, to me kind of seems like a bad idea considering the horrifying, traumatic life this poor woman has lived. Do you really want her to have to go through that all again in a matter of minutes? Apparently, yes, they do, if only for their own convenience. It shouldn't come as any surprise that around the same time they choose to do that, 4 giant runic kaiju monsters start assailing Krakoa from the water. Again, no one seems to think these things are connected, but obviously they must be. It's here that once again the Avengers and X-Men decide to join forces to deal with the threat, and we actually get some pretty cool pairings. My personal favorite is actually getting to see Janet Van Dyne grow to huge size and have Synch follow suit so they can both punch one of the giant monsters together. Now, you would think the united forces of the Earth's mightiest heroes and the Merry Mutants would be enough to take down any force, but it doesn't matter how hard they hit these giant monsters, they start healing themselves. In fact, things get so bad so quickly, Cyclops says they're going to have to evacuate the entire island for everyone's safety. It's around this time, too, that Scarlet Witch just kind of wanders off in her own mind. She finds herself in a strange, ethereal room that she claims to be entirely made of chaos magic. It's also around this time, too, some strange figure in a white hood starts chasing her down. Sick of running, Wanda grabs a weapon and decides to defend herself, only when she knocks the hood off her assailant, she's shocked to discover that under the hood exists, well, another Scarlet Witch. An older one. An old lady Scarlet Witch, if you will. Old woman Wanda actually isn't here to pick a fight. In fact, she wants to help her younger counterpart, saying only now can she fully understand the breadth of what's happening as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Trial of Magneto issue number 3, everybody, and overall I couldn't help but shake the feeling that this issue was kind of the awkward middle child of this mini-series. I loved the previous 2 issues because they were so mystery heavy. This one kind of throws out the whole mystery neo-noir framing and gives us just a regular old superhero punch-up. Again, it's fun to see the Avengers and X-Men fight side by side, but it's not what made me fall in love with this series when it started. Also, I couldn't help but feel a lot of the superheroes were going about dealing with Wanda all wrong in this situation, like they've never actually worked with her before and don't know what she's capable of. There is definitely the promise of an interesting storyline going forward with this newly resurrected Scarlet Witch. Is she a mutant now like she believed herself to be, or is she still a high evolutionary creation? Also, what happens when you put a bunch of old memories in a younger body? I hope we get the answers to these questions and that the next few installments in this story are a little bit more intellectually stimulating. Overall, though, I'd give this one a 7 out of 10. It was alright, but I know I can do better. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.